So after my last video where I talked about love is a scam and I gave different ways to know if the person you're with is scamming you with love, I realized that every time that I talk about relationships and dating and marriage, I always talk for singles. You know, I always talk to singles. I always give advice to singles. I always talk like pre-marriage, okay? I haven't actually done a video talking about marriage itself, like what if you so happened to be married and you are unhappy in that marriage? Or what about situations where you're already married and you're regretting your decision? Or maybe you're not even miserable, you're not regretting your decision. Your marriage just seems to be going through a rough patch right now. What do you do? I realized I've actually never done a video about that. So I said today that is what I'm going to talk about. But before I get into the video proper, I want to establish a few things, especially for people who are new on the channel, okay? Number one, my marriage is imperfect. It is not perfect. If I could share everything from A to Z, I would, but obviously that's impossible. But just know that I'm not speaking from a place of perfection. I'm not speaking from a place of, oh, I've got it figured out. This is the solution to marriage. You know, I'm only 4 years in marriage myself. So I just want you to keep that in mind so you know that, oh, my marriage isn't perfect. We are also working on ours every day through the grace of God. You know, of course, we love each other and we support each other and we're team players and, you know, we help each other's and, you know, we love our baby and all of that. But that still doesn't mean that we're not going to rub each other the wrong way every now and again, have misunderstandings, which we do. The other day, we spent time arguing about decorating the apartment. Oh, this is what we should do. This is what we should do. And the argument, like, it wasn't a fight. It was a conversation, but it was slightly heated. We weren't yelling or anything. We were having a conversation because our baby was there. We're having a conversation, but it just ended up taking, like, at the end of the conversation, we both just said, okay, and then we settled it, and then, like, we went to go do individual things just to breathe. And after, love continued, you know. So I'd say all of that to, again, emphasize the fact that I'm not speaking from a place of perfection. I'm not speaking from a place of, you know, absolute knowledge. It's only God that is absolute, okay? I'm just speaking from a place of what I know, divine wisdom, and just books I've read, my pastors that I've listened to, and just based on what I know, okay? Okay. All right, let's get started. And in getting started, I'm going to recommend that if you know someone that's in this situation, or maybe you are the person in that situation, then you might want to take notes, okay? Just so you can refer back to it and do like check marks and everything, and then have a conversation with yourself at the end of the video, okay? So you are in a marriage and you are unhappy. What do you do? Number one, you need to establish what the source of unhappiness is in that marriage, okay? Is he cheating on you? Is he hitting you? Is he abusing you emotionally? Does he abuse you with words? You know, what exactly is the situation that makes you unhappy in that marriage? And you need to ask this question because I believe that question it's two-pronged, okay? It falls into two categories. There are some categories that can be worked on, okay? There are some categories that maybe counseling or therapy might help work on, but then there are some categories that you need to get out. It's just like you need to get out and you need to get out now. So you need to ask that question so that you can determine what category you fall under, okay? Let me give examples. If it's situations where maybe it doesn't listen to you, you know, it goes out, it's always working, it doesn't spend time with you, you know, maybe you're constantly arguing and you don't know what you're arguing about, you know, just things that can be worked on. Surface matters, okay? Maybe you have communication problems, you know, maybe he has money problems and he's not maybe talking to you about it, or maybe he's not managing your finances well or something. Like those things, therapy can help work on. You know, you can sit down with each other, you can talk, those are things that are still like, you can work on it. Things like, is hitting you, He gets angry, you are the punching bag. You are the outlet that he uses to release tension. No matter what you do, you never do it right, and he's always hitting you. Things like, he's a cheat, okay? He's a serial cheat or cheater, whatever the word is. It's consistently cheating. He's here, he's there, he's there, and you know. You're just pretending not to know. Or maybe he knows that you know, and he's saying, well, what are you going to do about it? What you gonna do about it? Sorry. I know we're having a serious conversation. I just wanted to diffuse this tension. Maybe he's going to marry a second wife. Things that are life-threatening, things that threaten your life, your existence, the life of your kids, if you have kids together, things like that. Those things, yeah, no, you don't want to bear with it, and someone cheating on you is life-threatening, okay? There are diseases out there, okay? You don't know if he's using protection or not. You can contact something. They can start to do jazz and juju and try to get to you. I mean, the women outside, they might want to come in. It could be threatening the life of your children as well. All your finances could be, you don't know if they're using jazz on him. There are just so many things that could be going wrong. There are just so many things, in that category. Anything that is life-threatening, anything that that's forever, never, unless Jesus, even if Jesus should come down and talk to him. Do you understand? Let me not go too far. You know. So what category does it fall under? Number 2. Are we in number 2? Yes. Once you've established what category you fall under, then you need to determine, is this something that can be fixed, or is this something that you need to run away from? Let me talk about something that can be fixed. If it is something that can be fixed, or you believe it is something that has a solution, then your number 3 should be finding the authority that can help you fix that problem. Okay, I've said in the past on the channel that, dating a man that's not under authority, some form of authority, is very dangerous, because when certain things start to happen, who will you go to, Like, it doesn't have to be your pastor. It doesn't have to be his pastor. It could be his father. Someone that that you like, one look from this person to your husband, and your husband's head will reset. Do you understand? Yeah, there should be at least that. It could be his parents, not parents that will take his side over yours, That's not what I'm talking about. People that will be objective in the situation. Okay, people that can sit both of you down and have a conversation with you. All right, if you don't have those kind of people, then maybe you should consider counseling. What I would recommend would be, before you even go to those people, sit your husband down. Sit him down. Make sure it's on a day that it's in a good mood, is well fed, is not cranky or any of those things. Sit him down and pour your heart out to him. Now, I'm not saying be emotional. Okay, I'm not saying start crying, because when you start to cry, some men, they lock up. Okay, no, I'm saying speak, but put tears aside, okay? But speak with love and let him feel your pain regarding whatever the issue is. And if it's something that can be fixed, and if it's a man that loves you, there is no how. You will speak to that man from the depth of your heart, and something will touch in his head. The heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. I'm going to talk about praying, later. But yes, so have a conversation with him. And then suggest maybe counseling, therapy, talking to someone that's older than you, that has sense. Because it's not every older person that has sense, that's matured, someone whose principles you agree with, you can recommend that. What you should not do is just to keep quiet and keep saying, it will change, it's okay. No. Have that conversation and then seek help. Therapy, like I said, counseling, any other. Just make sure that you fight for your marriage. Now, that is a place where I would say, oh yes, you need to fight for your marriage, because it is something that can be worked on, you know. And if it is you, the man is not married to himself, he's married to you, okay? And if it's a problem that can be fixed, that means that he's a man that has sense, okay? And he's not completely horrible, right? And that means that you also, you're not perfect. You know, you also need to look inwards and say to yourself that, okay, what can I also do to be better, to be a better wife? In as much as he's doing this and I'm unhappy with it, and I'm going to have a conversation about it with him, at the same time, I should have a conversation with myself about it. So that when you sit him down to have that conversation, you're letting him know that you've looked inwards and you know, oh, you know, my food is not sweet enough and you like delicious food. You know, I'm going to watch Olori Esho's video and learn how to cook. I'm just joking. I'm going to watch TCM's video and learn how to cook. I'm going to watch delicious foods and learn how to cook. I'm going to, you know, and I'm going to improve on my cooking because I know you enjoy when I cook for you and I love you. Do you understand? So let's also look inwards, you know, in as much as the man might be the problem, we are also not perfect as well. Look inwards. What can you do to be better? Now, I'm not saying be taking responsibility for someone that's downright irresponsible and just doesn't treat you well. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, you know, we can always improve on ourselves, okay? So let me now shift to the second prong of the matter, which would be those that are in a situation that is life-threatening, is constantly hitting you, you know, maybe you've even lost the baby in the course of this whole drama in your marriage, but when you go outside, people say marriage goals and everything. Sis, listen, if you pass to the other side, okay, life will continue without you. The only person it is finished for is someone that is dead. That's the end. That's the full stop. That's the period. That person has gone on to the afterlife. Do you understand? The people that are alive, they will keep living. The children will live on. The man will marry another woman. Life will continue. You know, Buhari might run for president of Nigeria again. Life will continue. Trump might come back to run for the president of the United States. Life will continue. What I'll just say is that if you do have kids, then create some sort of exit plan that includes your children, you know, because of course, I don't believe there's any mother that would want to leave her kids behind and everything, because you don't want your kids to end up being at the receiving end of whatever it is you were experiencing, you know. So create some sort of plan based on your life, based on the people that you have around you, the people that you know can help you, your family members, you know, your friends, your job, the work that you have. How much would you need to start over, you know, and just get out. And starting over can be scary, okay? I know people who unfortunately their marriages did not work out and they are thriving, okay? One had kids involved. I think they had 2 kids involved. She is thriving and she has her kids with her. In fact, I think the guy, it wasn't even up to a year after they like separated that the guy went off with another woman, you know. And then the other one is also doing well. That one did not have kids involved in everything, but you know, she's doing well, she's alive, she's well. So don't think that if you leave a marriage your life is going to be over. No. God did not create you solely for that marriage, you know. There is more to you. There is more to where God is taking you. There is more to what God wants to do with you and your life and your story. So don't just use yourself anyhow. Don't give up. And regardless of whatever category you fall under, don't give up on yourself. You know, don't just let yourself go. Don't just accept that is the end, because as the sun rises and sets, anything can change. Anything can happen at any time. Don't be afraid of starting over. Don't be afraid to begin again. Don't be afraid. Don't even give weight to what society or what people or even your family or even your parents would say, because guess what? All those people will keep living if, you know, you pass on. Most importantly, regardless of the prong that you fall under, what you must do. And I'm just mentioning this now because I didn't want to start with it and then your brain will just kind of shut off and say, oh, how is that going to help? But most importantly, you need to pray. You need to, I'm not saying go and be praying that God save my marriage, God save my marriage when someone is using knife to chase you all over the house. That's not what I'm saying. You need to pray for guidance, that God should help you know what to do, that God should teach you what to do. He should show you what to do. However God chooses to speak to you, through dreams, through, the Bible, however it speaks to you regularly, you need to just pray and say, Father, I'm your child. You cannot let me remain in this situation. Let the Holy Spirit give you clarity, give you understanding as to how to approach it. But what you shouldn't do is to put the weight of that marriage on yourself, on your shoulders, thinking, oh, if I lock myself in my prayer room and I pray from now to tomorrow, and I did it. Pray for your marriage. By all means, pray for your marriage, okay? It's very important. You need to pray for your marriage. You need to pray for your husband. You need to pray for your children. However, someone cannot be beating you to a pulp and you'll be saying it's the devil. Even if the devil is using him, is the devil using you? The devil is not using you now. Pray for your marriage, but... Okay. It's very easy for things to get lost in translation, and I don't want to be misinterpreted or misunderstood or misquoted. That's why I'm trying to be very careful with my choice of words. But whatever you do need to pray for guidance, for ordered steps, and that God should heal you as well. Oh my gosh, pray for healing. Pray for healing. God should heal your heart so that you don't carry that hurt out into the world and transfer it onto other people, transfer it possibly even onto your children. We need to pray for healing as well. I hope this video has helped you in one or two ways, and I hope that, maybe even if you know someone that's struggling in their marriage, you can provide a shoulder for them to lean on. Don't just leave them in there. If you have any ideas, any recommendations for people who are unhappy in their marriages, or maybe you've gone through a divorce yourself and you'd like to share, please share your thoughts, comments, experiences down below in the comment section, okay? Also, please do subscribe to the channel. If there are specific topics you'd like me to talk about, please drop them in the comment section and I'll do my best to get to them. Thank you so much for watching. I pray God blesses you. I pray God blesses your homes, your marriages, your relationships. But most importantly, I pray God blesses you. Remain in God, and God bless you. I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.